I'm gonna make it my own. Baby, feel that cold wind blow. Oh, baby, shaking me down to my bones. Oh, baby, feel that cold wind blow. Oh, baby, shaking me down to my bones.
Well, today has kind of sucked. It rained hard all last night and most of the morning. It is now 1:20. I couldn't take it. Been sitting in the tent all morning, just itching to get out, but it was raining nasty. We had glassed a lot of country from the shelter, but couldn't turn up any bears or anything, so got a break in the weather for a minute. So I decided to lace up the boots, and I came on around. I'm actually on the same ridge that Ryan shot his wolf from, and I hiked up about 600 or 700 feet above the trail. Got a really good vantage, glassing. I can glass a lot of country. So I may be setting the tarp up because it might start raining here again. Kind of looks like it's rolling in, but I don't know. I'm gonna sit here, glass for a little bit, and then I may actually go to the tippy top. I just want to see in the snow if those wolves have been running. There's a trail up here. I mean, it's in the snow, but I just want to kind of see if maybe those wolves have been running that trail or not. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll glass, stay up here till dark, and zip off this mountain. But, been slow, man. I mean, it's pretty brown. Even these south-facing slopes really aren't that green, especially the higher up you get. You know, about 2,800, maybe 3,000 feet. They're starting to green up quite a bit, but not much. So I think these bears are just coming out of their dens. Because like last night, we saw that large black come out, and it looked like he just came out of the timber and showed up. Been looking up there every day and haven't seen anything. And then he just kind of milled around and didn't go very far. But can't pick him back up today. Doesn't mean he's not there, that's for sure. Could just be sleeping under a log or... But I'm gonna put the puffy jacket on and glass for a little bit. Like I said, I might set the tarp up because... yeah, it may start raining again. I could go up a little further and start a tree on fire, but I'm not cold. It's not like it's cold at all. I just don't want to get soaking wet. So, as of right now, pretty dang slow. But hopefully, got a few more days. I think I got like 6 more days of food, 7 more days. I don't know what Mark has. He might not have quite that many, but I've got quite a bit of food, and I'm planning on staying till I'm out of food. Hopefully smoke a bear, and then we can extend our food even longer. But I still want to eat that wolf. I want to try it. Mark and Brian say no, but I want to try it. Probably pretty good in some delicious bear fat. Could be totally wrong too. It could be nasty. I mean, all they're eating is dead animal after dead animal after dead animal. So, oh well. I'm gonna put the puffy jacket on and get some glass on the mountain. Alright, you guys. I just started hiking up this ridge, and I got up about 150 feet higher than what I was. And I just spotted a wolf. There's a wolf bedded over here. So he's at 375. I was trying to get him on film. I should have just shot him. He was bedded right there. I'm not sure where he's at now. He might have went up over. Gosh dang it. I should have just shot. I just wanted to get it on film, but hopefully he comes back. I'm going to stay set up right here and see. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Found that wolf again. It's bedded on top. I hit it. Yes. Oh, freaking wolf down. It's sitting up there. My ears are ringing because my earplugs. Freaking A. Just smoked a wolf. Gosh. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Found my earplugs. Ow. Yes. Oh my gosh. It was raining all day this morning, I guess. And I was like, I gotta get out of the tent. And so I walked up here, took my time, glassed down there, and then just kind of stayed on this side of the ridge so I didn't get seen. I come over right here, and I initially saw that wolf, and I got the camera set up on it, and it just got up, like did wolf things, and crossed over, and I could not find it again. And I just happened, this was like 2 hours later probably, and I've been glassing like all over, up and down, and just staying really low. Had the rifle set up, and I just happened to watch the wolf just like 30 seconds ago. Walked back over and bed. So I hurried and grabbed the camera, threw it on it, grabbed the rifle, hit him the first shot. I might have shot a little high on the second one, I don't know. But he dropped right there. He's dead. I can see him. Oh, yes. That is awesome. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled to make sure there's not another one somewhere, but gosh dang it, that's awesome. I am stoked. So stoked. Gorgeous. I mean, white wolf. Oh man. Heck yes. I'm gonna watch him and make sure he just stays there. I'm sure he's dead. That second shot I hit him, or that last shot I hit him again. But yeah. I'm just gonna watch him. We'll head over there soon. I am shaking. Oh my gosh. I can't hold the camera still. Oh yes. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was so bummed when that wolf was bedded. I put the camera on it, and then he just got up and walked over. I was so bummed. Like I was a half a second away from pulling the trigger. When I saw him, I just saw his tail go right over the ridge. And so I was like, gosh dang it, I should have just shot and not put the camera on him. Like I said, I was so bummed. But I've been sitting here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I'm like, he wasn't spooked or nothing. Maybe he'll come back. I kept waiting and looking, and I just kept tucked up against that tree. And just lo and behold, I looked over, and the sucker came over and plopped down. And so I was like, okay, I should just shoot, but I'm gonna put the camera on him. And that's what I did. And normally I wouldn't take a shot laying down like that, but I was like, this is my opportunity. I felt comfortable. I mean, I was rock solid. Rock solid. Had a little flat spot where I laid the rifle. And smoked him the first shot. But he was up, so I was shooting. But gosh dang. I'm stoked. I'm gonna go up here so I don't have to go all the way back down to the bottom. I'm gonna go up and then cross this nasty, nasty canyon, get to him. So text Ryan. I think he's gonna meet me at the Wolf. Get it taken care of. He's a gorgeous white color. So gotta hurry. Don't have much light left before it gets dark. So I'm gonna zip over there. This freaking hillside is nasty, steep. Oh crap! But I did find an elk trail coming up this other side. So that will be nice. Takes me right up to the top. Right above that wolf. And then I can just walk down to him. There's that elk trail going right up there, so that will be nice to have. Because holy crap, this is steep. Jeez. Talk about nasty. Holy crap. Whoa. Nikes. Well, at least I got a trail going up. So I'm gonna get up here, turn the camera back on once I get on top, because this is steeper than freaking steep. This camera does not do it justice how steep it is. I'm a couple hundred yards from the wolf. Just working my way there. But holy moly, this is freaking steep country. Not much for bears down. Brent has one for us, which is freaking awesome, but we've got 2 wolves. So, been a fun trip. The bears are really just starting to pop out. So hopefully these last 4 or 5 days of the trip, we can knock down some more bears. But I only saw the little tiny one we saw last night, and for a brief second I saw the big black up on top. It was brief. I saw him for about 2 minutes and then a minute and a half, and then never could pick him back up again. So, oh boy, trying to get around this deadfall. That's the problem in this country, is it's so steep, and then you get all this deadfall, and it makes it super tough. Makes it super tough to get around. He should be right up here. Oh, there he is. Oh yes. Oh my gosh. Beautiful freaking color. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's cool because I've watched Ryan take 2 wolves and we were close, my dad and I, on the one he shot the other night. And now I got my first. Oh, this is cool. What a freaking big dog. Oh my gosh. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, they are big dogs. Holy crap. I'm gonna take my stuff off. Holy crap. That's cool. I'm so stoked. Look at this sucker. Oh my gosh. really cool gray on him. They got big old heads. I think he's a little younger than Ryan's. Oh my gosh, big old freaking paws.
Lord have mercy, get this train on the tracks, 'cause I'm going to Murder Creek and I ain't gonna make it back. Oh, baby, feel that cold wind blow.
Oh my gosh.
Baby, shaking me down from my bones.
It was raining all day this morning, I guess. And I was like, I gotta get out of the tent. Big old teeth. So cool.
All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Brad got some redemption on this one.
I did.
It's got to feel good.
It does, and we've worked hard, and I'm, like I said, always say I'm super happy for Ryan, but gosh dang it, it's finally happened for myself. So
Yeah, it was a little bit of, in Japanese, they call it kuyashi, which is, I think, what's the word? It's like, bitterness or yeah. It's just, you had it in your grasp and you lost it and it just cuts deep. It's that kind of feels. But anyway, we're going to get into how that hunt went down. I think there's some really interesting things to discuss about how this hunt played out, like bedded, whether to take that shot, whether not to take that shot, how you even got in position in the first place on that wolf, because there's some strategy that was going into this from the moment you left the tent that nobody knows about, that wasn't in the film. Could only put so much in there. And so we're going to get into that. Before we do, we have two big giveaways going on right now, and you have until midnight tonight to get involved if you wanted to. One is to go shop at Mountain Ops, and you can win a brand new PSE bow, a brand new Leupold full draw 5 rangefinder, pair of 10x42 BX4 binoculars from Leupold, and all expenses paid trip to the Total Archery Challenge in Solitude, Brighton, Utah, to come and shoot with us and the guys at Wild Arrow. If you're not familiar with bows and bow hunting and bow shooting, don't worry about it. The guys at Wild Arrow, our local bow shop, is going to put that bow together for you. We're going to cover all your costs. So they're going to set up your bow, your arrows, everything. We got it all covered. We're going to fly you out. Everything's covered. You don't have to worry about a dollar bill. We got you. So if you want to be entered to win that and come hang with us, it's going to be July
20th through the 23rd.
in Utah. So we're looking forward to some lucky winner coming to hang with us for a day at the Total Archery Challenge. If you ever wanted to go, now's your chance. Get involved. Just go shop at Mountain Ops. And when you use the code GRIDDY over there, you'll be entered to win. And you'll save 15% on everything that you buy at Mountain Ops right now. So, and free shipping. So total great deal there. Go shop at Mountain Ops, get entered to win, and it helps us keep doing what we do. We have another big giveaway we have going on right now with GOHUNT. Friends at GOHUNT have put together a prize package that consists of a nice CBE bow sight, very expensive. You've got
Benchmade knife. You got a swag bag from GOHUNT. You got a Stealthy Hunter rifle cover glassing pad. You got a Dark Energy. You have GOHUNT game bags, Peaks trekking poles, gaiters, headlamp. You got a cup. You get an ammo wallet, and more.
So to just be entered to win that big prize package, just go shop at GOHUNT Gear Shop. Every time you shop over there, you're going to save using the code GRIDDY, and you're going to be entered to win this package. You have until midnight tonight to get involved in that one as well, and then these two giveaways are over. If you want big points for the GOHUNT giveaway, buy the membership, the Insider membership. And when you do that and use the code GRIDDY, you're going to get $50 off your purchase of Insider. So instead of $150, it's going to be $100 because they're going to give you a $50 gift card to the GOHUNT Gear Shop. So if you're in need of gear anyway, just get the Insider membership if you can afford it. And I highly recommend it because you get the maps, both the desktop and the mobile version, and you get all the access to all those hunts out there, the hunt tools out there to help you get tags, help you scout. just a great, I think they're the best when it comes to helping you get tags year over year and putting a tag plan together. I just did a podcast with Brady Miller a couple days ago that dropped.
Yep.
Go back and check it out. I think it was our last one of our most recent episodes where we kind of get into how you can get a tag every year from now forever, basically, by having a multi-state strategy. If you haven't done that before, you've never left your state, you ought to consider it. Look at what GoHunt has to offer. Listen to that podcast.
Yep,
and
two
then
of them, 795 and 796.
Yeah, especially 796.
Yes,
where
correct.
we really get into episode 796, where we really get into, practically how to get a tag as it's been getting harder and harder to get one year over year. So those are our big giveaways. If you left a comment last week on the YouTube video, we are giving away a blue cooler.
Mm-hmm.
They're a new partner of ours. They're great. It's like some of the best coolers on the market, but better and less expensive.
Yeah.
We've been using them for a while, and the guys there have our values, which is important to us. And Brad is going to pick a random person off of YouTube from last week's video now.
So we got Daniel Selman, 564. Wow, hard work really pays off. Glad you guys are safe. Beautiful bear.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. Send us an email at grittybowman@grittybowman.com.
Yep.
Brad has the link or the email address in our description field of all of our videos.
Yep.
And if you'd like to win a brand new Stealthy Hunter rifle cover, leave a comment on this video. Tell Brad congratulations. Give him a little thumbs up for the redemption he gained here on this wolf hunt. And last week, we promised that we would give away
a Stealthy Hunter rifle cover.
another Stealthy Hunter rifle cover for anyone who shared the video on Instagram. So Brad grabbed somebody.
Yeah, so we got Kombucha 08. Keep growing them gritty beards. I'll grow one someday. Killer film, and can't wait for next week's episode.
Congratulations. You have just won a rifle cover. And this week, if you share Brad's hunt on your Instagram channel, just tag us in Brad _W Hunt, Brian _Call, and Stealthy Hunter. You'll be entered to win a
Dark Energy
battery pack, Poseidon. So we're going to do that next Sunday, pick those winners as well. Thank you so much for sharing and promoting our show. It helps us get around the YouTube algorithms. They certainly don't appreciate our wolf hunts much.
No.
So despite that, it's got massive views. Apparently, what YouTube wants and what you want are not the same thing. So thank you so much for sharing it and getting the word out. And without you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Absolutely.
We just thank you for that. I put a little plug in here for Foundations for Wildlife, which is an organization that deals with wolf conservation efforts. We had a podcast with Justin back when we were at the Western Hunt Expo in February. We did a great podcast, and I put a link to it in here. I'll put a link to it right now as well. If you click on that link and you listen to the podcast and you like what you hear, we really would like to see you support the foundation, the Foundations for Wildlife group. And to really incentivize you guys to get out and do it, we talked to Justin, and they're going to give you how much?
10% off any membership, and then you also get a free sweatshirt with that, and then you also get entered into a Stealthy Peaks package that we have for you guys.
So what we're going to do is, if you go and buy the membership at Foundations for Wildlife Management, it's $40. So you're going to get 10% off that and a free sweatshirt. Use the code GRITTY. And then next Sunday, we're going to pick somebody from that group who went and got the membership to receive Peaks poles, Peaks headlamp, Stealthy rifle cover, Stealthy glassing pad, and some gritty swag. So,
and it only runs this week from today
just
until next Sunday.
Today and next Sunday. That's it. So, I think it's an excellent organization. We're all part of it. Lampers has been a part of it for quite a while.
Yeah, same here.
They are doing good work. And check out the podcast, see what you think, and or just go to their website and check it out. But we'd love to see them get a lot of new memberships from all those hunters out there who really care about managing wolves across all the western states. They do an awesome job. They're involved in the legislative places as well as dealing with working with trappers in state management. So very cool organization. Can't thank them enough. So hopefully they can get a whole bunch of new supporters. And from all you guys signing up, do us a favor if you can afford it. Go and do that. All right, so don't forget, you have until midnight tonight for the Mountain Ops giveaway and the Total Archery Challenge PSE bow, and for the Go Hunt giveaway gear package. Go shop at either place. Use the code GRITTY. You'll be entered to win. We'll pick those winners in a few days. All right, let's get into the wolf hunt. This is, I want to talk about this because, you were close. You and your dad were close to killing that wolf that Ryan got. You just walked away from your lookout about 10 minutes maybe before Ryan showed up. You would have seen him, no doubt, where you guys were perched, but you just missed him. Yeah. And, had Ryan never seen that wolf, you would have never known. You just missed him. You wonder how many times those things happen to us.
I think it happens way more than everybody realizes.
All the time. Just two ships in the night that never saw each other.
Yep.
But still, it's just like you could have been you. It could have been you, but it wasn't. Right. And there was a little bit of disappointment. You're feeling excited for Ryan, but it was a little disappointing because you really wanted one.
Yeah, and there's no resentment there. It's just like disappointment on my side because I'm always like, stick it out till dark and everything. But again, I knew I wanted to pull back because of just wind and we hadn't been in there that far yet,
And I'll give you kudos for a few things that I saw, which I don't give Brad kudos very often. No, I'll say this. One of the things that made this happen was that Brad was willing to get out of the tent in crappy weather. He got a little window, and he knew the rain was going to come back, which it did. But he's like, the weather's not dumping. It's crummy. But he got outside and hunted, even though it wasn't the greatest conditions, and the odds of seeing stuff was pretty low.
Yeah, and like early morning, we had a lot of fog, and so even with the rain, just with the fog, you still couldn't get out because it was pointless because you couldn't glass. The fog had finally lifted, rain was still there a little bit, but it's like, all right, it's time to
get out.
Try and make something happen.
Well, a lot of guys would just ride it out that whole day and not get out of their tent. It's miserable.
Yeah,
and bears aren't typically out in that weather. Maybe wolves a little bit, but in general. It's kind of weather a lot of animals tuck in on, but you can't kill them from the couch. You can't kill them from the tent, right? You can't have success from those places. So getting out of the tent was huge, and climbing a giant face.
Yeah.
And then one of the things that you didn't show in the movie, but you should talk about is the way you crept up the ridge. The same cut where the birds were. And where Ryan killed his wolf and all that, where the wolf sign had been, you were kind of sneaking up the next mountain over.
Yeah, so I was basically on the same ridge that Ryan had shot his wolf from, but I worked up this side, and I didn't want to. I had no idea that there was a wolf there, but
you kind of have to act as if
there is. And exactly. And so I stayed on this side of the hill, which I had the wind in my favor the whole time as well. But I stayed on that side, and I did not expose myself at all. Every time I was literally working.
Your head over the ridge?
I would literally work through the cliffs. Like, the camera didn't come out much because, it was like, hold on tight with all hands and feet,
It's very cliffed out.
And I would work my way up through those cliffs. There's a few game trails here and there, and I'd work up, and then I just work slightly around the side of it, staying tight to the hill where I could glass and look. Then I'd back up real slow, and I'd move up another 15, 20, 30 feet, and then where I got to where it was just a bench, and I'm like, well, there's no point in staying right here. So that's when you saw me move up right as I saw the wolf. I'd moved up about 150 feet, and it was just kind of a little bench right there where actually I laid on once I got to the top of that bench and laid eyes on the wolf.
Yeah, by kind of using the hillside and the cliffs to block the view of you from the other side, you were able to move up.
Because there was a very nice elk trail right down that ridge.
A lot of guys would just walk the ridge, right? And you most likely would have been seen by a wolf. 100%. They have uncanny vision. You would have been skylined. A lot of guys wouldn't even have bothered to walk that. They would stay on a trail, right? But you went and got a vantage point like Lampers did the day or two before when he saw the wolf. So getting high, that was key. One of the questions I have for you is, when you did see the wolf, I appreciate the fact that you know, because you say on the camera, you're like, dude, I should have just shot. I shouldn't have. And I can relate to that feeling where I've set up the camera, I'm just about to shoot, and the camera cost you your opportunity.
Right.
And so it's our goal to capture these moments on film. And sometimes they do come at a steep cost because you lose your opportunity.
It's
Archery,
not easy
especially,
solo.
but solo filming, and you get a moment like that, and to have it snatched, it's just that's tough.
It's like, you know, when you have a pinhole in a balloon and it just
it deflates.
It's like deflating in my whole insides. But.
So, you know, I was proud of you. You went for the camera and you tried to capture it on film, and it cost you. The wolf got up.
The wolf
and
walked
he just
right
got out.
there.
I mean, you were literally about to shoot.
I mean, it was seconds, and I
could see you like pivot on the rifle as he's moving,
and at the same time too, it like I probably still could have shot that wolf because I saw it for about 5 seconds more after it walks out of the frame of the camera. But it was a walking shot, a little over 400 yards, and thought did cross my mind that it's not on the camera anymore. Like I could slightly see that lens out of my peripheral vision. And so again, our goal is to try and capture those moments in how they lay out. And I knew that wolf had walked out of the frame of the camera. So I was like, oh, hold on.
But patience paid off. So one of the other things that I think is, let's break it down, is sometimes like what went through your mind because you didn't move.
Yeah. I knew I watched the mannerism of the wolf.
Because I think a lot of guys would be like, run over there.
Let's go.
Yeah, like get to another spot.
Yep. And I two things went through my head. One, the wolf had no idea I was there. It left just doing wolf things. It never winded me. The other thing was I thought about, well, I don't want to go over there because if I go over there, I'm like, again, how we talked before, I'm blowing stuff up.
With your scent.
With my scent, everything. Odor. And I'd have to cross.
Noise.
The only thing that I thought about doing was going higher, where I could stay in cover on the offside of the ridge and getting up real high on that high face, looking down into those cuts. Because where that wolf was, there was kind of a bench, and what you don't see on the film, there's more of a bench that goes off of that hill. And so I was like, that wolf has got to be right there somewhere. And Lampers was up the canyon. He just cruised up the day before. He was up a couple miles. And so I was texting him kind of like, hey, you know, I just saw a wolf and there is a possibility that it's working your way. And so we kind of were like, all right, I don't want to push too far in his direction because that wolf may be headed that way. And I can still get higher and get eyes on it. But I knew that I didn't want to move very much because, like I said, I didn't want to blow it up. And there was always that possibility that wolf is going to come right back because it wasn't spooked or anything.
Yeah, I mean, you waited 2 hours. It was cold and wet.
It was.
And a little rainy. And you just stayed tight to the tree and just like huddled there and hoped that it would come back.
Yeah.
2 hours is a long time in that weather. And at some point, a lot of dudes would start to doubt that wolf is ever coming back and talk themselves into leaving.
Yeah.
What went through your mind?
Knowing that I had a good puffy pair of pants and a jacket and rain clothing to put over top of that.
Help.
So it helps.
Sure
does
help.
You're crawling in my sleeping bag, basically.
Right.
You know?
Your portable sleeping bag with a waterproof cover.
And that the
puffy pants, people. Puffy jackets.
My gosh.
They're rain gear, man.
I know.
And if you want to see what gear we use on these hunts, check out this podcast that I've done on my gear list and check that out.
Yep. I knew there was an indentation right there where that tree was, and I knew I could just stay tucked in there. Even if I needed to sit up, I could sit up because I had that tree was like a dead burnt tree, and it had a big kind of inset in that tree with it. I could just tuck into if I was glass, and I could lean up against it, or I could just stay laying down. And I knew I had cover. I had a good shooting platform, and it's just like, man, I'm hoping that wolf walks back my way.
Let's talk about the shot, because I think for hunting TV, if I remember back in the day, it was you couldn't make a show if you shot an animal bedded. It wasn't sportsmanlike,
right?
Which never made sense to me, by the way. I thought, what a stupid rule. You know, I don't even understand where it even stems from.
Yeah,
it's just stupid.
Right.
When you're hunting spot and stock and it's bedded. Now we've talked about not taking bedded shots because of vital position, making it's hard to know exactly where the vitals are. Yeah. But all of us have taken bedded shots with bows and rifles when we are quite certain of the vitals, where they're at, and we know we can take the shot.
And knowing the performance of the bullets too. Like we've been shooting those Swift Sirocco's, and I was like, out of that 300 Weatherby, I'm shooting 180 grain Swift out of there. And those Sirocco's are super accurate, and I like the aftermath that they do once they hit their target. You know, they just perform, and we've used them for years. My dad's used them, I've used them. Now we're using them with that Weatherby, and it just, you know, you're impressed with it. And I felt super confident. I've been shooting longer ranges, but that was a very doable shot. And like I said, I was in a calm, controlled situation.
You really like that rifle too.
I love that rifle.
It's a 300 Weatherby mag in the carbon.
Yep.
The backcountry carbon. And the Sirocco, what grain was that?
180 grain.
180 grain Sirocco. So Brad had been shooting that quite a bit before he went on the hunt. It's one of my favorite rifles as well. I've used it on a number of hunts. I shot that big red bear with Pedro, put it right in the pocket. That rifle, I have a lot of confidence in. Yeah. Some other rifles I own, I'm like, that one, I'm like, it just seems to just shoot.
And I had shot, multiple times, like just before we got there on that trip, and I'd shot out to like 800 yards. And I mean, I knew the exact dope,
Dude, I gotta admit, when I see that wolf and it's laying sideways, and it's bedded, the hill creeps up and sort of covers some of the vitals as well. I mean, you're kind of looking at mostly the right side of the wolf's body, spine up, a little bit of the bottom half toward the bottom part of the animal. But there is not a huge target. Nope. I mean, the target's got to be. The kill zone has got to be 5 inches deep.
Yep.
5?
Not much.
Max,
not
maybe?
Max.
5,
I mean, there's
5
not
inches
much
deep.
There's
and maybe 12 inches
10,
wide.
12 inches probably.
10, 12 inches wide. That's a little gong at 400.
And, again, just getting to know your equipment. I mean, I knew that I've been making that shot over and over.
Oh, you had it dialed,
yeah. And so I was like, all right, I just trust my dope chart that I got on there and how I have it set up, and I've been shooting it. I have a very good position. I'm not like...
You're very stable.
Yeah, I was very stable. I was very calm. And as that shot, I mean, I didn't lose sight at all of that wolf. So
no, and it did hit a little like further down from the chest cavity. You didn't really have a shot into the chest cavity.
No,
but you were going to destroy the spine.
Yeah,
or at least like the entire middle of the body downward.
Yep. So when that bullet went in, it hit right on that spine, and it went through, and it devastated that chest cavity. When I was working on that wolf, it did its job.
It's amazing that it stayed on its feet as much as it.
They are tough. Like, I honestly think of a wolf as like the toughness of a elk. I really do. I mean, they are freaking tough.
Yep. Ryan's was tough too. Yeah. And the truth is, guys, like putting this on YouTube, there's some edits. We're working on a Rumble channel right now, actually. And we got some videos up, and we're trying to get it more up there.
Yeah.
When we can, we'll start publishing more full, like unedited, less edited stuff. But here, I'm cutting back to Brad quite a bit because it's hard for people on YouTube to handle it.
Yep.
They don't want to see it. We're already skirting the edge with wolf content at all. So anyway, you made a great shot. And that wolf kind of lays down, but then it kind of gets up and lays down again. And then it lays down for a bit. And you actually kind of thought, okay, done.
I sat there and watched it.
And you were like, yeah, celebration. Then you peek back to the scope, which is smart, right? Like, I think some guys see something go down, and then they're like, oh, I got it. And then, but there's, it was a fatal hit. But it wasn't down for the count yet.
Yeah.
And you never know. Some critters can run miles like that. You never know. And you look back real quick and you're like, oh, it's sitting up.
No, and I made the mistake too. Like, luckily I was fast on the trigger on that second one, but I made the mistake of leaving my ammo wallet in the top of my, because the rain and stuff. I had it sitting out, and then I put it away, and I tucked my backpack up against that tree. And so I had to like reach over real quick, get up. And I had to grab the ammo wallet that was sitting there because Didn't have any in the rifle. Didn't have any sitting. Didn't have my earplugs. They had fallen.
Was funny.
I had them the first.
You were deaf for like a week.
Oh my gosh! And the water, like when you get next to running water and your ears are ringing, it's miserable. Not recommended.
You made the shots though, and when it finally went down, you can tell from your emotions and stuff that it was, mental. It was important to you. Like this was something you really wanted, had set a goal for. You mentioned seeing Ryan do it a couple times, and you're like, "Man, I need a wolf."
That's what good friends do: is watch your buddy take two.
That's right, and then you got it done, and so it was clear how cool it was for you.
Yep. Yeah, it was, man. Like year after year, I've had opportunities at wolves, but it's always I've had a bow in my hand, and they don't stick around very long at all. I mean, it's quick and it's hard with the bow. And I finally had a rifle in hand.
If you want to learn more, like we said, about wolves and wolf management, why we hunt wolves, check out the podcast that we did with Justin at Foundations for Wildlife Management. And don't forget, you can save 10% on your membership. So it'd be like $36, I think. You get a free sweatshirt, and you'll be entered to win a Peaks Stealthy package next Sunday. Yeah. Thank you for supporting us. Don't forget, you have until midnight tonight to get in on our Mountain Ops Total Archery Challenge PSE bow giveaway and our Go Hunt giveaway as well. Shop at the gear shop at Go Hunt. Use the code GRITTY at both. You'll be entered to win. We'll pick our winners here in a few days. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, stay gritty.